ex-White House aide to be economic advisor. NewTimes.com. Subscribe. Digital/home delivery. Log in. Register now. Help. Homepage. Today's paper. Video. Most popular. Edition. US/global. Search all NewTimes.com. Politics. World. US. NY/region. Business. Technology. Science. Health. Sports. Opinion. Arts. Style. Travel. Jobs. Real estate. Autos. Politics. Home. The caucus. Inside Congress. Poll watch. Video. Ex-White House aide to be economic advisor. By Jackie Goldmess. Published, September 13, 2013. Washington. President Obama has chosen Jeffrey D. Zients, an entrepreneur who twice was the president's acting budget director and a past candidate for 2 cabinet positions, to succeed Gene B. Sperling as the chief White House economic advisor. Enlarge this image. Christopher Gregory / The New York Times. Gene B. Sperling left, and Jeffrey D. Zients in April. Mr. Zients will succeed Mr. Sperling as director of the National Economic Council. The shift, which was confirmed by several administration officials and will be announced on Friday, does not portend change in the president's economic agenda. But with Mr. Sperling's exit on January 1 after nearly 3 years in the White House and 2 at the Treasury Department, Mr. Obama will lose an advisor who has been known as a perpetual motion machine for progressive domestic policy ideas since the Clinton administration. As director of the White House National Economic Council, an office that President Bill Clinton created and President George W. Bush retained, Mr. Sperling provided briefings to the president and oversaw the development of economic policies on domestic programs, taxes, and trade with other departments and agencies. He is best known for his work on Mr. Obama's job creation initiatives and tax cuts for lower and middle-income Americans and for small businesses. His nickname in the West Wing was Small Business. It's in no small part due to Gene's efforts that tax credits for low-income working families now lift more children out of poverty than any other program or policy, said Robert Greenstein, president of the Liberal Center on Budget and Policy Priorities. If Hillary Rodham Clinton runs for president in 2016, Mr. Sperling, 54, is expected to join her team, a quarter-century after he played a prominent role in her husband's first presidential campaign. There's probably no one in the country who's better than Gene Sperling at developing policy and presenting it in a way that is easily understood. He sits at the nexus of policy, politics and communications probably as well as anyone, said Dan Pfeiffer, Mr. Obama's senior strategist. When Gene gets a project, there is no force that can stop him from executing it. He will work all night, call anyone, convene 1,000 meetings in order to get it done. Mr. Zients, 46, had no government experience when he joined the administration in June 2009 as the Deputy Director for Management at the Office of Management and Budget. He had made his fortune as an executive at corporate management and media companies and at his own private equity firm, Portfolio Logic, and was chosen by the President for his expertise in business and management efficiencies. He was easily confirmed by the Senate and designated by the President as the government's Chief Performance Officer, the job that Mr. Obama proposed in his presidential campaign. Mr. Zients identified ways to cut federal costs through eliminating, reorganizing or consolidating agencies and introducing more efficient ways of operating. Mr. Zients quickly impressed Mr. Obama and was long rumored for promotion. But he alienated Senator Max Baucus, a Montana Democrat who is chairman of the Senate Finance Committee and was opposed to Mr. Zients' recommendations that would have removed government functions from the committee's jurisdiction. That breach has complicated Mr. Zients' advancement. He has twice been acting director of the budget office when the top job was open. The first time, in 2010, Mr. Zients was deemed by the White House to have too little budget experience to succeed Peter Arsat, and the job went to Jacob J. Lew. Mr. Zients again became acting director when Mr. Lew, who is now Treasury Secretary, left in early 2012 to become White House Chief of Staff. Mr. Zients was acting director for all of 2012 because the White House did not want to risk a confirmation fight in an election year. After his re-election, the president was under fire for having too few female advisors. For budget director, he turned to Sylvia Matthews Burwell, who was known among senior Obama officials for her work at the National Economic Council.